a bonus episode.
Bonus?
I don't know why the fuck I said it like that. But
I don't know, but I had to match you, obviously, because...
You gotta match the energy. Yeah, this is our first bonus episode.
Well, that's because we are a bonus.
We are extra most days. Well, the reason for the bonus episode is because we had an episode already come out of a book.
Whoa, really Crystal. That was just... And you should write books yourself, man.
Shut the fuck up. And the sequel to the book came out literally 2 days before our episode actually came out. So we decided...
Timing. We did not time that on purpose.
No, we fucking didn't. So we decided to read it because we were looking forward to reading it. So here we are. Ariel, what the fuck bonus book, even though they already know what it is because it's going to be in the description of the episode, but let's just do it anyways. What did we read?
You need some sleep.
I need so much sleep.
We read Undulate, which is the second book in the Alchemy series by Elodie Hart.
Also, she is so nice.
Right?
Oh my god, she is so sweet. I act as if I know her as a person, but she responds a lot when you just like do stuff. And she's really nice. She's so nice. And here's the thing. I loved this book.
I know. Oh my goodness.
Like a lot.
Can I just say, so we read Unfurl.
Just explain.
Okay. We read Unfurl. That was the first book in the Alchemy series. And we read it probably at least a month ago. But like we said, the episode just came out and we enjoyed it. Obviously, negative Nancy over here. I have a problem with everything. So it wasn't like perfect, but but it was really good. I enjoyed it. Crystal enjoyed it. And we wanted to read the next one, especially since the characters that were introduced in Unfurl that were going to be part of this book, we really got excited about because they were characters that
we loved.
We really enjoyed. Yeah. So Undulate is about...
Say it. Say their name.
Oh, you want me to say Zaddy?
Do it. Yes.
So it's funny.
It's not really in the book, and I was okay with that.
I know. Actually, it was like in the her little text.
Yeah,
her little written stuff. But yeah, I'm not in the actual book, right? So it's funny because all I ever think of, I watch, because I am told that I watch crappy TV shows, but I watch Station 19 and they have this guy on there and they call him the Fire Zaddy. And that's all I could think about was that whenever I saw the Zaddy on there. So Zaddy is Zach and Maddie. So just don't worry. We don't have like Daddy. Oh, okay, delete that. Holy shit.
No.
Oh my god.
Fuck, dude.
Oh my god. All the kids do that at school, and oh my god. Why do they?
Dead. I am dead.
What the fuck? This is what happens. Why? Never again will you convince me to do this at my bedtime.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
I don't know how to recover from that.
I'm crying. Stop making the noises! Ariel, you just went,
I was not meaning to. I was just, my brain was short-circuiting. Fuck. This book is about Zach and Maddie, who we really enjoyed in the last book. So we were all gung-ho to read this book. I've said this book like 7 times.
You did?
Because that was excruciating. Wow. This book was better than the last book.
This book was so fucking good.
I liked
the
first one. We enjoyed the first one. That being said, this book was better. And I think that's why we wanted to like say bonus like now instead of having to wait for this one to like wait its turn in the queue, because read this one. Seriously, because this one's
like dead
better.
Ass serious. Yeah.
Like this one's better because Maddie is way better of a character, A, and this book is better. I mean, not to knock the other characters, but like
no, because the other book was really good. One is
but this one's better.
It's so funny because it's very rare that we find a book that the second book is like miles better than the first one. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't read a lot that the second book is better. I don't. You probably do.
Yeah, sometimes. So when we have these standalone within the same world books, that can happen. But hey, I mean, I was all for this. I'm like, I just want to say, read this book. So I don't know how to recover right now. So I'm going to let you just kind of synopsis this one because my brain needs to reset.
Maddie, we all loved Maddie in the first book. She is like shameless, very in touch with her own sexuality and her sensuality. And, everyone in both books has been raised Catholic, and it's all their like different ways of coping with coming out of the religion and how they choose to cope with that. She, went into why did I forget the name of the club? Holy Titties. What's
Alchemy?
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm so dumb because these are the alchemy books. I feel like an idiot. Anyways, she went into alchemy. She got the job there in the first book, and she's kind of like exploring all that, and she is awesome. Zach, his wife died, so he is the broody, like nerdy. He's so sweet. You loved him for his broody, nerdy nature in the first book, and so this kind of expands on that with him and his kids and dealing with the death of his wife and then dealing with the guilt he feels for wanting to be with Maddie over like there's a whole multitude of it's the Catholic guilt being built on, but it's everything encompassing everything. This is the worst synopsis of a book I've ever given in my entire life because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
It's not so easy now, is it?
Shut the fuck! I hate you. It's not easy. I wasn't expecting to do the synopsis, so maybe I'm just gonna prepare.
But anyways, it's not easy.
True, but it's him navigating his feelings for Maddie and navigating the feelings he had for his ex-wife and the feelings he had of shame from the Catholic Church for wanting all this stuff that he wants. He had never set foot into the club since his wife died because him and his wife had gone in before. And then he it's kind of Cal pushes him into it, and then he sees Maddie and he goes, shit. And then that's kind of starts the whole kind of snowball effect of everything. And then Maddie, trying to come to terms with, she sees herself as this just independent, doesn't need the relationship. I think she's a huge commitment phobe, I guess. That's how she kind of portrays herself as I don't want a relationship, blah, 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 blah.
I would call her that. I think she's just living her best life. If it comes to her, it comes to her. If it doesn't, she's not worried. She's not seeking.
Right, but she saw how her mom went completely opposite direction of how she was when she was married to her dad and they got divorced and all that other stuff. So it's just there's a lot of different things that play in the book, but I think that they all weave together extremely well. And I loved the book. I thought it was fantastic.
It was a really good book. I only have a couple nitpicky pieces.
Of course you do, because you always have
I have problems. I know. And they're minor. Okay, hear me out. They're minor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One, we get told how old Maddie is 17 billion times in the book. We know how old the daughters are because Zach has 2 daughters. We've even been told how old Claire, Zach's recently departed wife, 18 months ago, recently departed wife, is told 3 times. It is never mentioned how old Zach actually is.
I missed that part. I wasn't paying attention.
It's just alluded. Yes, it's alluded to how old he is, but it's never actually mentioned the exact age of him. And I don't know why, but that bothered me a little bit. So like I said, little nitpicky things. It didn't mess up the story. It just it nitpicked for me. The other thing was Zach wrecked me. Okay.
He destroyed my soul.
You've come into this book.
I want to hug him.
And the first chapter is so soul destroying. It is so sad. It just starts with how much he utterly misses his wife and his family. And
first line is how much he misses having sex with her, but that's
no. The first line was just how much he misses her.
His line is I miss fucking my wife.
That's I thought it was I miss my fucking wife.
Nope, it's I miss fucking my wife.
Oh, did my brain switch that around?
Yeah, it did. And then he goes, I miss everything about her. And then he goes into all the stuff he does miss about her. But he says he most of all misses when they were intimate and when all the clothes and underwear were discarded. I miss being inside of her. I miss
Like, I
keeping her
know he went
quiet.
on to that, but I didn't.
Because it started that way. That's why. It started with he misses
Oh.
fucking his wife. And then
My
he goes into
brain
yeah.
totally switched that
Yeah, it did.
to, oh,
Mhm.
I need to go look at it. I need to look at it because that's how much my brain flipped it.
I have it pulled up in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have the book
Damn it.
that pulled up in front of me.
Motherfuck. Okay, whatever. So literally that changes.
A lot.
Okay, well, that was changed what I was saying about that then. But that's okay. I mean,
I
it's
figured
still,
that's where you were going with it. And I was like, let me just fix your thought process right now.
yeah, my brain automatically like, yeah,
Mhm.
let's, because he was just so sad the whole thing, and but then he went into his kids and how much, you know what I mean, how much they
Mhm.
are like missing the whole thing. But my problem, okay, here's leading up to my problem. We spent like 30% of this book with his severe depression and guilt and missing his wife. And I have never been a widow, so I cannot say what it's like. So maybe I am just naive, thankfully, in this concept. But
Mhm.
it was almost just like a switch flipped for him one day. And all of a sudden it was okay. And he loved her. And he realized all of his immense feelings for Maddie.
He still struggled with his feelings
A
though.
little bit, but not. It was like there was so much struggle. And then he talked through it. But it was like a switch flipped, and he only had minimal struggle after that, like just
Yeah, but
the
sometimes
little.
that's right. And again, we don't understand. We don't know the widow mindset, and that could be how it is.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I just wish that I'm not negating that that's the process. I'm not saying that that's wrong. My nitpick is I wish we had been into his side of the story during more of that process or during more of that time, and we got into his head a little bit more. So it just kind of followed those breadcrumbs a little bit more. That being said, I truly enjoyed this book.
I just wanted to hug him
Yes,
and like
yeah, I
I
cared a lot
wanted
for
to take
Zach.
away all his pain
I
and just
felt
like
like
fix
the
him.
kids were glossed over a little bit just because of how easily they adapted. But I mean, kids are adaptable, but still.
Especially that young, they're very adaptable.
I mean, 7 and 10, but
Mhm.
yeah, the 7-year-old maybe, but the 10-year-old, I felt like,
It could be just a personality thing, but
yeah, exactly. So, but it was a good book.
Mhm.
I'm with Maddie. You had me at slave night. The whole book had me at slave night.
The thing I really appreciate about this is so I loved Maddie in the first book in general because I talked about that, how I resonated with her in her slutty ways a lot. And like that
Mm.
didn't change in this book at all. She is still, and that's the other thing.
She's herself. Yeah.
So the thing is I have read a lot of books before where they have a very strong character personality as a side character in
Oh,
that
and then you
first
get
book,
their book
and
and
then
then
you
they
get their
sucks.
book and they
Yeah.
suck. And
No,
this, she
this
didn't
one followed
change.
through. We got to enjoy the characters that we
Loved.
grew to love in the other book. We
Mhm.
got to continue to enjoy them in this one. And not only that, but a piece that we had an issue with in the last book actually got brought up into this book for clarification, which I did like. They talked about how Belle and Ray formed an awkward truce with her parents.
Oh, yes, yes, and I remember you had an issue with
So,
that in the last one, so it got
yes.
resolved in this
So
one,
I
yeah.
did like that little bit of resolution, that continuation from, I wish obviously if it, it had been all in one standalone, but you know what I mean? I liked the continuation that we find, rather than
Mhm.
just dropping it.
And I still liked how they were still the same couple in this book that they were in the first book, because that sometimes
Yeah.
gets lost too, because that
Yeah.
happens a lot. It happens
And
so much.
all the characters, right, were true. And you still got your little bit of Callum being all up in everyone's
Mhm.
business and orchestrating shit.
I
And um
I just want a
you
book
love
about
Callum, I
Cal.
know.
I
I'm
wanna
sure he's coming. However, I'm pretty sure Jen is getting the next book.
maybe, I don't know,
I'm
but
saying that because of all the hints that were dropped about her.
oh, got you. Well, that makes sense.
So I think it's going to be with that guy. That's why that chapter was put in there.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I wish that they had, one last little tiny nitpicky thing. But I
Oh my god.
swear, I truly enjoyed this book. Like I said, these are tiny minor nitpicks. Just as a parent, I wish that they had had these big conversations about where they wanted their relationship to go before they involved the girls.
Well, she
Because
already knew the girls because she was already a friend. Like, that's
yes,
the
but
thing.
then I meant before, like, he was saying he wanted her as his girlfriend, like, you know what I mean? And
I mean, he talked to the
dropping
kids.
that bomb.
No, he talked to the kids. He talked
Yes,
to them, he
and
goes, "Hi."
then, like, the day after, he had a conversation with her, whether she even, like, saw herself with kids and saw a future with them, or you know what I mean? And it was a whole thing because, like, he had all these fears about her being young and not wanting to be tied down with a family, and, like, dude, you should have had that conversation, like, 2 days ago.
Yeah, I mean, she
You're
was
the
really
parent.
well, she was kind of on and off with it though, and so maybe he just assumed that I mean, obviously you don't just assume things, but I'm trying to, like, defend his decision because I understand it, but, like, she was a friend
He was so
to all
jumbled
of
up.
them. Yeah,
But
that's the
with
thing,
his
like,
own feelings.
this poor man.
I'm saying if it was real life, sure, whatever. I'm just saying, like, as the primary parent, like, you're the only parent, like, I'm just saying that you could have flipped that around in the book and it would have made more sense and it would have resonated better as a parent.
See, you just nitpicky too much
I
and
am.
you don't
But
enjoy it.
okay, but these are my
I'm just kidding.
nitpicks. I
I
enjoyed,
know.
you know what I mean? I'm not, there was
Hey, listen, there was no peeing in this book, so I'm
I was gonna
okay.
say nobody got peed on, there was no insta love, like, no one went,
No.
"Hey, kitty," like,
Oh
okay, so
my
like, listen.
no, this book was there I definitely had quite I had a few,
I
like,
didn't there's
highlighty
no plot
things.
holes, you know what I mean? I'm not sitting
Mhm.
here saying nothing makes any sense. I'm
Yeah.
just there's little little bits, but overall,
Mhm.
it's a really good book.
I love this book.
There were a lot of pieces that definitely got me. All the little things with the wife, the dead wife kind of got me, like the letter
The
when they started singing the
signs, oh my
Backstreet Boys.
god.
Yeah,
Oh,
like those
my
yeah,
soul
those were
broke.
really yeah.
My soul broke because I understand the signs a lot because, after my brother died, there are signs. It's weird. And so it really got to me because, like, I can understand wanting a sign from someone that you're very close to has passed away and and then the shit happens and it's not out of the realm of possibility for it to happen, like, in my opinion. And it just, yeah, it fucking broke my soul. I just wanted to hug him more, Ariel. I wanted
I
to
know.
fix his
I really
problems.
enjoyed these characters.
Uh,
And you gotta love an author that gives you a bonus epilogue.
yeah, yeah, you do.
You probably didn't read it, did you?
I thought I did. Let me
I
just
was gonna
pull it
say
up.
you usually don't jump through those hoops
No,
because you're a
was it the
loser.
epilogue with the 18 months later?
Nope, it was the
Oh,
7 years later.
shit. Maybe I didn't see it.
Yeah, because you a loser. You never
I
do that
don't
stuff.
I don't see
You had to
it.
click the link and get,
Oh, that's
yeah.
why. That would be
Mhm.
why.
In the first epilogue, Maddie and Bella are pregnant together,
Oh,
so
the
that's
bonus
something that
epilogue.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
you're right.
have
I
to
missed it. I missed it. I
go
missed it.
through.
You're right. I'm dumb.
Well, let me tell you, it is, like, 7 years later, and she is celebrating her, like, 30th birthday, and it's all hunky dory, and they have 4 kids now, and
Aw.
yeah, and of
Oh,
course
that's
they're
so
boys,
cute.
but,
There's some highlights that I did, and then I wanna talk about something else in a minute, but I liked when in the beginning he's like, "The girl who's engaged my lizard brain." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, men
Hmm.
have lizard brains." Obviously, the slave night, it's like I'm 8 years old again, and Cal's just said Disneyland or Barbie Dreamhouse.
Like I said, I'm with
That was
Maddie. You had me at
so
slave night. Are you
right?
kidding me? Like, the whole book.
Oh, man, yeah.
Elodie had me at slave night.
Woo!
I could have stopped reading and given it all the stars. You had me at slave night.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. Daddy Kink activated, and like the best part about this that I found because
Okay,
we were worried about when they were talking
listen.
about Zaddy in this one.
We
I was
both
worried
Natty Kink is not our thing, but
so well.
this was done in a way that was not gross. This was
Hmm.
done in a satisfying way.
Well, that's what I was gonna say until you very rudely interrupted me.
I was very rude, wasn't I?
Fucking a.
I need to go to bed.
But yeah, no, I like the fact that it wasn't overdone, and where it was put in was perfect, and it wasn't gross. Because we have read them where it's so gross and I can't do it, and this was so perfectly executed where it didn't gross me out at all, and it fits so perfect with everything.
And we've had that conversation a lot where you can probably do any kink and make it work if you do it and execute it well.
Yeah, if you write it well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, I have it's like my Neanderthal cave dwelling ancestors just served me up on a winsome dollop of the most primal age-old fantasy of all time. In case you need me to spell it out for you, that's the he whips out that big cock and puts a lot of babies in me fantasy. It's so funny. And then, hello, you're the one who's sitting there looking all conflicted and tortured and hot widowy, widowery, I can't pronounce that word, and telling me you can't stop thinking about doing unspeakable things to me. How the hell is my body supposed to react? And then, bless your little cotton socks, that was cute. And then I loved when Maddie and Belle went and talked with her mom, and Maddie kept referring to Belle as Judas.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was so funny. I liked it a lot. Yeah, no, I really, really thoroughly enjoyed this. The part of the book that also got my soul was the author's note. Did you read it?
Oh yeah, of course I read them all.
Oh my
You
good
usually don't,
lord.
so I'm actually surprised you didn't.
I
You
usually
did.
don't.
As I say, I usually have to tell you all about it.
But the fact that while she just knew it in a different way because her friend passed away.
Yeah.
And that like murdered my soul. And then I like where she's like, you worked out that I'm a recovering Catholic and a lot of religious trauma, which we knew about because we talked about it in the last episode. And that, Belle in Unfurl is her and Maddie's the anti-her. And I was like, that's
okay. So on
amazing.
that note, though,
she is though.
Right. No. Side note.
Oh, so, okay.
A problem we had with Unfurl, or a nitpick, I should say, not a problem, but a nitpick we had with Unfurl, which was the way that Belle responded, like the going to church thing, and the way, like, where we said it was kind of almost like unhealthy behavior. Mm-hmm. It was done correctly in this book.
Oh, for sure. Everything was so well. I loved when
But that's what I'm saying. Like the way that we had a problem with it there, it was like the total opposite here. He did the same thing. He ran away to the church, but it was totally explained out. It was totally executed correctly and done in a way that was right and made sense, and it wasn't like left like with what this just this doesn't make sense with what we just did. So kudos to her for like escalating with this. So I'm really, really, really intrigued to read the next book because A, obviously it keeps getting better, and B, Jen, she's such a mystery.
Dude, I want to know all about
and
her.
I want to know everything about her.
I know. This was such a good, considering we've had the second books bite us in the ass lately.
Yeah.
Case in point, literally every single time we have read a second book. And this one, literally, I'm so happy. Like, I was so hyped up about it, and I was going to be so sad if it didn't live up to all the hype that was put up in my head, because I loved Zach and Maddie, and I wanted it to work, and I was like, please, please, and like, it literally blew the expectations I had. Like, it gave me more than I wanted, and I really appreciate that. And I'm not just saying this to blow like smoke up an ass, but like, this shit was so good. I loved this book. I would fucking recommend this shit every day. And that smut, baby.
Oh, okay.
Tortured Zach.
I hate to keep comparing in the last book.
I'm just kidding.
No. Okay. Positive nitpick, but I hate to keep comparing to the last book. But another problem we had in the last book was the foreplay was on fire, and when we got to the main event, it flopped. This book, we had everything.
Oh yeah, this book.
That's what I'm saying. So I felt like the problems that we had, I shouldn't say problems because the last book was good, but we had little things that bugged us, like we do, and they got
fixed in this book.
But I feel exactly it escalated, it evolved. It really did. I like when that happens in a series. I thoroughly enjoy, because sometimes when I read a book that's in a series, I know you say you haven't really established this that much, but I read a lot of series. Sometimes that first book can almost be like a pilot episode of a
Mhm.
TV show where sometimes there are those little bits where it's a good book, but you have those little bits, and then the author really gets into the world and gets into their groove, and the rest of them are on point. I'm excited to get to see the rest of this world.
Oh, for sure. I can't wait. I want all of them. I know that's asking a lot.
I wish Callum was next, but
I do too. I just really like him a
but
lot.
they made it clear he wasn't going to be ready to settle
I
down anytime soon.
understand. No, he's not. He is a
But
wild stallion.
however, if someone had bothered to read the 7-year epilogue,
I could
uh,
really shut
you would
up.
know that he is happily with a partner in that epilogue.
Do they name the partner?
They do not.
Can't wait. Oh my god. Now I have to read it.
Maybe it was the first epilogue. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm gonna have
One
to
of the
read it. I don't even
epilogues.
care. I'm gonna read it and it's fine. And I'm downloading it as we speak and I will read it because I can't just not leave that out.
I see. I'm a sucker for an episode. Never mind a bonus epilogue.
I don't know why I missed
Just
it
like
because
this
usually
bonus episode.
I
See?
know.
Sucker for a bonus episode.
Sucker for a bonus, baby. Yeah, I love this. The smut was really good. But then again, I
Yeah.
besides the lead up whatever we had with the last book, like I still liked a lot of the stuff in the last book. This just elevated it, and this shit was so good. And he took care of her so nicely. Everything involved, the aftercare, the everything was just it was
I want a
so good.
Zach.
Oh my god. And it's so funny because like I liked all the aftercare in the first book, and I even said that too, that like it was either well
Yeah.
researched or well lived. And it still shows in this book like how respectful of that whole aspect was.
Yeah, because
Like,
yeah, you're right. Because
not every book gives you that,
right, no, you're right. Because a lot of people drop that,
which is
and they
stupid
shouldn't.
because it's the most
Right,
important part. In this
absolutely.
book, both books gave it to me and I and it was great. I thoroughly appreciate that part a lot. Like it because it was just good. So many things. I really liked.
I did too.
And that was our bonus episode. A bonus soul.
What? Who was your favorite character?
Oh. I like the two main characters in this one. I really
Yeah, I
did.
was gonna say Zach and Maddie are definitely
Zach and
like
Maddie are
top tier.
definitely the top tier ones. I didn't have anybody I didn't like.
Frances,
Who was Frances again?
the godmother.
Oh, yeah, no, she sucked. I'm like, it took me a minute. The girl who
Because she
took her,
wanted
she
Zach
was
to
a
herself,
bitch.
the little
Oh,
whore.
she was well written though as a shitty person. Like I liked that part. Yeah, no, she
Yeah,
sucked.
it
I
was
hate.
such a minor part, but yeah.
Yeah, no, still though, like
I wish we had a little bit of follow through. Just not that it was needed, but just for my own.
I want to see Maddie smack the shit out of her face.
I wanted to see that Zach. I wanted to see the Zach follow through with that
Mhm. Yeah, no, she sucked. I forgot.
because he got so angry and needed to confront her, but then we never got the
That's true.
confrontation. You know what I mean? I feel like I feel like he needed to confront her. Like I feel like that's how angry he was, and then we got nothing. Like which is like I said, it wasn't needed, but my soul needed it. I needed him to smack a bitch. Just kidding.
He smacked Maddie plenty of times in the
Okay, I
ass.
needed him to smack a bitch in a not sexy way.
Oh man, he smacked her in all the sexy ways, and it was
That
great.
escalated quickly.
Ooh, yeah, it did. Yeah,
Goodness.
yeah, it's good. How about what do you rate it?
I gave it a 4.5.
I'm going with a 4.7 because again,
Okay.
I can't ever give a book a full 5. It's just
I
never
mean,
gonna
I
happen.
can.
I have not in a
You
very
just
I haven't.
it really, 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 really needs to blow like my socks off and have no nitpicks, which is like
Very rare. Yeah.
yeah.
Because you'll nitpick anything. This
I am
word is
such
spelled
a
wrong.
nitpick
That's
Nelly.
it. Done. This paragraph was not indented.
I highlight errors in the book so
I know you
that when the authors or whoever opens it up and they can see the Kindle highlights, they can see that it was highlighted so that they can maybe fix it in my hopes and dreams.
do. Ridiculous.
Like, fix your grammatical errors. This book did not have grammatical errors.
No, it did
So,
not. It was very
good
well. It was very well
job.
written. It was very well edited. It was great. Yeah.
I did not have to highlight issues. I don't think.
Well, you did
I'm pretty
not.
sure not. No.
How about your cucumber rating?
I mean, I enjoyed this book. What would you give it?
I'm going like an 8 or a 9 at this
I
point.
was gonna
Like, it
say I
was
would give it maybe
really
a seven
good.
and a half, maybe.
Oh, see, I'm up there.
Maybe an 8. It was good.
8 is like the perfect amount.
I mean,
For
there was
real.
only one man.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you like the multiple people. Like, it
I
was
do.
I like there was an extra woman.
It's fine, but she doesn't have a dick.
That's true. She's got titties.
But she
Titties
didn't
are
use
nice.
them.
No, she didn't. He was making
Right.
honestly, he literally
He
she was
was
only
so
there
uncomfortable. I know.
he was making a point though, too.
I know.
Because she brought it in and like, because I think she was just trying to self-sabotage at that point, but
Yeah,
like
she was.
he literally, because that was after the confrontation with Francis and she
Exactly.
yeah,
Yep.
and he made the point real clear.
Oh yeah.
But I like the fact that like she was so like, oh, all these men, but she's like, I really don't want anybody else though. Like, and that really shows a turning point into Maddie's character, which I really appreciated.
And
She
it
was
kind of was like, whoa, wait a second. Yeah, it kind of
yeah, and then
was
it hit her really
her own
fast and she goes,
personal.
"Oh
Yeah.
shit." Yeah, it was
Hmm.
good. I love to see it. But yeah, that was man, that was good. I liked it.
I'm just
Yeah.
sad that we're probably gonna have to wait like several months at least before we
I
get the next
know.
one.
I'm just sad that it's over.
I'm sad. I'm so fancy,
Stop it.
but you already know.
I don't want to get sued. I'm just kidding. Well, that was our first bonus episode. There will be another one. It's a secret.